is the Pegasus 41, and I'm opening this up because there's a lot that's going on with this shoe. You can see that there's 2 layers of paper, and what does it say on this paper while I have it up in the air here? You can't really, I can't make out what it says, but all I know is Faith Kipyegon, or Kipyegon, attempted to break 4. And that's what these shoes are celebrating. So Nike made an entire collection of shoes to highlight the Breaking 4 attempt. And if you don't know what Breaking 4 is, actually, I think it was a month ago, Faith Kipyegon attempted to be the first woman to break the sub 4 mile. She only missed by 6 seconds. Now, it would not have counted because she had male pacers, but the attempt was incredible. And to follow it up right after she did that, she literally broke the world's record in the 1500. You can't make this stuff up. When Nike is winning, Nike is winning. So on the inside of the top of the lid, you see right here, it has a quote. And it says, "I want to show the way when I get older. I want to hear the next generation thinking about faith, saying, I want to be like Faith Kipyegon." Here's what's incredible about women athletes. We don't have to have kids. Dudes, we don't have to carry children. Faith has a daughter. She's come back from having Shelly Ann Fraser-Price. As bad as Nike has been, and I'm going to go on a tangent here in regard to people like Allison Felix and how they treated, what's her name, Mary, I can't remember her name, but Coach Salazar just completely broke that girl down. And Nike had a lot of bad stuff happening with women athletes, so much so that Allison Felix, one of their premier athletes, went and started Seish, a completely different shoe company. Now, I know this isn't about sneakers, and it's a little bit, it's definitely off topic, but it does fit here because we're looking at a shoe created for an athlete for faith. And the fact that, it has the Air Zoom as Nike React, I'm going to give you the technology there just so you can see it. It got a bump up in price. It's $150 as opposed to the Pegasus used to be $120, went up to $130, went to $140. With the tariffs, it went up to $145. And this model, because it's a special edition, went up to $150. So it's $150. But there are these small cues all over the shoe that I can't wait to show you. There's a lot of hits of reflective material. But what Faith Kipyegon, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, these women track and field athletes who had children in the prime of their careers and then came back to continue running. We have 2 kids, my wife and I. To see what women have to go through, just simply to exist. I'm a girl dad. This gym that I built is for my daughter. She's a track athlete. When she has her period, man, it's hard on her because she's got such strong stomach muscles. It hurts her a lot when she has to compete during her cycle. So imagine having a child, trying to get back in shape, and to come back and compete, and to do so and attempt to break the sub 4 mile. The shoes are an homage to an amazing moment. And I'm trying to look at all of the small details, and it has fastest known on the inside, FK. But you know for a fact that's also for Faith Kipyegon. And I hope I'm saying her name right. I always mess that up, but it's not out of disrespect at all. As a matter of fact, there's a little Pegasus 41 that's over here on the small tab. There's also this Wings logo that's here. And I'm just trying to catch all of the small cues. I don't want to overlook anything. But this colorway was created for the Breaking 4 challenge, and the uniform that she wore, everything, great detail. it always amazes me when people say that Nike is losing or Nike isn't innovating. Nike is always innovating. Always. Now, whether it translates into the shoes immediately or not, that's to be seen, but they're always working with their athletes. And since the really horrible incidents of Coach Salazar and the athletics team for Nike, now that that period is over, I feel like Nike's attempting to do a whole lot more with women athletes and a whole lot for women athletes. So let's get to the details here. This is the women's W Nike Pegasus 41 FK Faith Kipyegon, or fastest known. The color is Plum Chalk Fuschia Dream. I love that color. The style code is ID4199-500. Like I said, 150. Let me get to the close-up because I want you to see the little details on the shoe. And it's just it's a great homage to an amazing moment for Nike. If you remember Breaking4, Eliud Kipchoge, when he attempted breaking 2. And that was for the sub 2 hour marathon. When he did that, they made another series of shoes. Those were all white and red. There's a Alpha Fly, there's a Pegasus Premium. I think there's an Alpha Fly. I have to double check that. But you know what? I'll put them in a video around my head. All the shoes that are in this collection for Faith. Fastest known. Let's get to the close-up, though, so you can see it in greater detail. I want to look under here and see if there's anything happening with the strobel. But the insole is glued down, so there's nothing happening with the strobel there. So let's just go ahead and wrap that up. I'm talking way too much, but that's because I want to pay homage to Faith and what she attempted and Breaking4. Close up. This is a shoe that most definitely deserves its own episode. And I wish I could go running these. But this is a women's version of the Pegasus 41, but it's celebrating the fastest known. Now I'm going to pick that up and show you the inside. You see that green where it says fastest known and then FK at the end. And obviously that's for Faith Kipyegon. And I'm going to turn this box around while also giving you a nice little 360. And you can see on the side of the box is Faith's name. And that's an homage to her Breaking4 attempt at breaking the 4-minute mile, to be the first woman to break that barrier. Now, it has React X, so super cushion, zoom. Let's look at the bottom. You got a really grippy outsole here, a classic kind of mini waffle outsole. And there's some recycled material here, right? And that's the Move to Zero that you see. React Foam is engineered to reduce its carbon footprint. And that's cool to see. We like it when we see Nike saying those things, but it'd be really nice if Nike decided to move a lot of their production and start using different materials like Claris, but I won't get into sustainability in that discussion because this is a celebration of Faith Kipyegon. And it's a beautiful shoe, man. Gosh, it's nice. Real quick, I'm moving that up so you can see those wings that are right there on the side eyelet. Oh, the medial. Give you a nice shot of that medial with this silicone transfer. This jeweled swoosh is a silicone transfer. It's really breathable throughout that mesh upper. I actually just bought my wife and my daughter the Pegasus 41s, and they love them. They've been running in them for about 2 weeks now, and they love them. I should shoot a video so you can see that, but nobody wants to see my family running. Do they? Maybe. But this is this Faith Kipyegon Pegasus 41, and that's a pretty color. That is really pretty. I'll see you guys on the next one. Let's look at the box all the way around too. It's got that double swoosh. Look at the label. So you can see the label just in case. And then, you know what? I want you to see the inside. So I'm gonna drop that and open this up. And I'm gonna end with that shot because it says everything we wanted to say about celebrating women and sport. Nice job, Nike. Peace.